It's a huge news week for The Sims 4. The next expansion pack has been announced, and big shakeups are happening at the EA studios in California. I'm talking all about that and more on this week's episode of The Simulation. Hey you, it's me, Curtis P. Hello everyone and welcome to The Simulation, a weekly show bringing you the top Sims news from around the world. Well, this week it's a big news week in the world of The Sims, and we're starting it all off by talking about the Sims 4 expansion pack, The Sims 4 City Living. Starting off, the brand new expansion pack is set in this awesome new world called San Myshuno. I'm not sure how to pronounce it exactly. But by looking at the trailer, you can already see the similarities to The Sims 3 Bridgeport. This was one of my favorite worlds inside of The Sims 3, and I'm glad to see they've taken some inspiration from it for the brand new city and world coming to The Sims 4. Now, inside of this world, there will be a bunch of brand new places for your Sims to hang out, and maybe, of course, they could play a game of basketball or join in on one of the local festivals. There will now be 5 new festivals coming with this game, from a romantic festival to a geek con. There's going to be something for each sim. Now, it wouldn't be a city expansion pack without apartments, so expect some small, medium, large, and even penthouse-sized apartments coming inside of The Sims 4. There will be something to fit the income of every sim family, and of course, a great way to make a ton of cash is to try out one of the 3 new jobs that'll be coming inside of this EP. You can take the political career, you can become a critic, or you can try to dabble in social media. These are all brand new options inside of the game. The Sims 4 City Living expansion pack will be coming out on November 3rd, 2016. There will be more information coming out in the near future. Next up, some big news here as Rachel Franklin is leaving EA. Announced late on Friday, Rachel Franklin, the head of The Sims 4, will be leaving Maxis. Now, Lindsay Pearson made an announcement on the forum stating, "I have some important news to share with all of you today. It's never easy to say goodbye, but today we wish a fond farewell to our friend and colleague, Rachel Franklin. She has decided to leave Maxis to explore new opportunities. We're going to miss her creative spark, her infectious enthusiasm, and the passion that she brought to the studio every day. I can definitely say that I'm excited to see what she does next and will be cheering her on." Now, Rachel had been working on The Sims 4 since it was announced 2 years ago as the next game to be coming after The Sims 3. Now, I don't want to nitpick here, but let's look at the important parts from that statement stating, explore new opportunities. Now, if you've ever worked in the corporate world, well, that sort of only means one thing. They kind of just let her go. At least that's how I read it. Lindsay did go on to say that even though Rachel is gone, the team is going to be working to provide new content for all. But hey, maybe it's time to let someone else guide the game here, since it has had a slightly rocky 2-year start. For such an iconic game, let's not mention things like pools, and of course that dreaded T word. Now, following the announcement that Rachel Franklin would be leaving, some more big shocking news hit that EA would actually be merging Maxis into a whole new company. EA is merging Maxis and a couple other gaming companies into EA Worldwide Studios. Now, upon hearing about this, I personally thought and tweeted, "Say goodbye to Maxis for the second time, everyone." But Sim Guru Drake was quick to reply, "We're still Maxis, everything's okay." Which is good to hear, of course, but I'm still a little bit skeptical. Maxis as a brand has been around since its creation by Will Wright, but after the failure of SimCity, it's no surprise EA kind of is done with that brand. For a while, The Sims didn't even sport the Maxis logo during its boot up and startup screen, though of course that came back while EA was in development of SimCity, so it's interesting to see they revive the brand for that. So now that we hear it's being merged into a larger group, and of course with SimCity out of the picture, I think it's only a matter of time before we see Maxis sort of disappear into the shadows from whence it came. EA is also working on some huge communication changes surrounding the Sims studio, so that's where our next topic comes in. 2 weeks ago on The Simulation, I talked about the return of Ask a Guru, but users on the forum were not impressed after the Ask a Guru segments were kind of abandoned after a short amount of time. One user stating, "It's time to have the gurus back for another try at chatting." To which Sim Guru Drake answered, "Considering all that occurred while I was away, I highly doubt that'll be happening anytime soon." Going on to say, "One spoiled apple can ruin the bunch, so don't be surprised if communications change and become more strict." Now, this all in reference to the fact that the latest expansion pack was leaked many weeks before being announced by EA. Now, it's still not clear as to who was responsible for the leak, but many online have already pointed that it could be an inside job. Now, quickly after replying, SimGuru Drake did remove that post from public viewing, though luckily SimVIP caught it for all of us to see. Sim Guru Drake went on to release an official statement saying, Ask a Guru thread is being put on hiatus for now. We are in full swing of the Sims 4 City Living campaign and are focused on communications for that. Questions in that thread will be answered as I am able to get to them, and I'll be reorganizing it as I wasn't expecting to get so many questions from so many of you so quickly. Going on to say that she is working on some new rules and adjustments to moderation on the forums to help keep a constructive atmosphere on the forums, unlike its current situation in which it's devolved into kind of like a hate war. I recommend you check out the full post for yourself. There is a link in the description down below. She covers a couple of other topics that I just didn't have time to cover here. Now again, of course, this entire event stems from the community assuming that someone working at EA has been leaking all of this information about the new expansion pack. I'm sure we'll see the return of the Ask a Guru segment in the near future, but for right now, we've all gotta wait. But with that, we arrive at my question for all of you, and today I'm wondering, what do you think about all these events happening behind the scenes at the EA team? I'm talking about Rachel leaving and Maxis being merged into a larger company. You can let me know in the comment section down below. And if you're not already subscribed to the channel, well, why not hit up that subscribe button on screen right now? I also produced a bunch of other Let's Plays this week, so make sure you click on those. There's again a link on screen, or you can find more of them in the description down below. Well, until next Friday, everyone, I'm Curtis Parody, and happy simming!